How is everybody doing? Andrea Lynch is back. Sister is back. Okay. You know, I want to play Casey and JoJo because I love some Casey and JoJo, and I just found out that JoJo had a stroke and that his vocal cords are not like they used to. So let me tell you something. I love some Casey and JoJo, and I love some Jodeci. So I just wanted to play homage to JoJo. Get well, keep moving, my brother, and you'll be back on the stage soon. Hey Don, how you doing this afternoon? I am back. I'm moving to a new place. My internet is if they hooked it up today, so I'm back on YouTube like I can, like I want to. And so I'm back on YouTube like I can, like I want to. So I wanted to come live and say hello to everybody and to thank all my new subscribers. I'm up to 800 and some subscribers now, and I thank everybody for coming in. Um, I was sick. I had a blood transfusion. It was my birthday. I was sick. I'm suffering from fibroids really bad. And so I was moving and had fibroids and I couldn't get off the couch. But my sisters and my brother came through and helped me move me and the kids into a new place. And so, yeah, I was sick for my birthday. I couldn't get off the couch. I had to go to the hospital, have a blood transfusion because they said I was near death. Okay. I needed to. My blood was a little off. I needed to get a blood transfusion because I couldn't move off the couch. I couldn't move, and so this is the reason why you guys wouldn't see me on YouTube, like coming live and doing things because I just couldn't. I didn't have the energy. And the 5 wards could be taken care of, but now I am feeling better. I'm feeling like my old self again, and I'm just back to living my life, taking care of my grandkids and taking care of my kids. But I just wanted to come in and say hello to people who have subscribed to my channel. I still do uploads and I still do uploads. Hey, Ari, how you doing today? I still do uploads and everything, but I just couldn't get on camera because I didn't have the energy and the 5 wards are they pretty bad. So I gotta get them in the next couple of weeks, get them taken out. And I didn't have the energy to get on YouTube. It would take all day just to Hey, it will take all day to prepare for a show with me as chef. It would take all day for me. But for my birthday, I couldn't get off the couch. The next day, I ended up in the hospital. I was in the hospital all day. They had to give me 2 blood transfusions. So these 5 boys are really kicking my ass. Okay, but I'm alive. I'm well, and I'm able to take care of my kids. And you know, when I come back, I'll let everybody know how bad these 5 boys was kicking Andrea's behind. But I turned 48. I'm alive, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to meet the people that I have met. And hey, True Slayer, hey Ari, I just pretty much thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. And I've been doing some uploads, and I wanted to celebrate Casey and JoJo because JoJo suffered a stroke, and I put it on my channel, and his vocal cords are not as good as they used to, and because of the alcohol that he was drinking. And I love Casey and JoJo, and there's shout out to my hometown, North Carolina, because that's where they from. And I love my music. It ain't the same. For me, music is not the same. I don't listen to Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't listen to all that because I play my Dave Hollister, Casey and JoJo, Maxwell, because to me, them are real music. That's real music, and I can understand the music. So I don't play none of these new school stuff because I don't really care for it. I tell my kids all the time they ain't good music, okay? But I'm back because I got some questions. I'm back because I uploaded a video of a daycare in Florida, and in the daycare in Florida, they dress the kids in blackface and put it on the internet. Okay, dress the kids in blackface and told the parents happy Black History Month. Now let me tell you something. I have biracial. I have two adopted children, and they're biracial. I don't want nobody, even my own African American children, putting blackface on them, because I do teach them about Black history, but we don't have to teach. We don't have to put dress the kids in blackface to teach them about Black history. So me personally, I would have pulled my children out to daycare. Okay, I'm just being honest. I would have pulled my kids out to daycare and never took my kids back. That's just me. Never took my kids back. But you know, I just don't understand why, as we celebrate Black history, why do we have to dress the kids in blackface? I don't care what nationality you is. Who does that? Hey, J Truth. Who does who? Because it's Black History Month. Don't necessarily want none of our children dressed in blackface and thinking that shit is cute. So my question is Black folks too sensitive, or we just don't like that shit? Because I'm just being honest. Being Black, and if I take my kid to daycare and I find out somebody put blackface on them, I got a problem with that. You're doing too damn much. You could teach my kids about Black history instead of putting blackface on them. Just with my own opinion, my own personal opinion. This is Andrea Lynch's channel, and this is my own personal opinion. You're doing too damn much. You're just doing too damn much. And so, me personally, I would have pulled my child out of the daycare and never took my child back, because I just feel like you're doing too much. You don't respect. Hey, Juicy J, you don't expect. And you guys can go look it up my channel. It's on my channel. I uploaded it about the daycare in Florida. Paint the children blackface. Okay, paint the children in blackface, and then send all the parents a text message talking about Happy Black History Month. That's that bullshit. That's just me. I would put my kid out of the daycare, because even if I have biracial children I adopted, and my son and my daughter, who are grown, are African American, I don't care what nationality is. You won't paint none of my children blackface. I could teach my kids about Black history. Okay, it's rude, it's disrespectful, and then y'all think it. I, I'm just People is doing too much. But I want to know, is us as African Americans too sensitive? Are we too sensitive? Are we too sensitive? I want to know, are we too sensitive? Are we doing too much? Cause I just don't think it's okay to put blackface on my kids. I would pull my kid out of daycare. I'm gonna change my name for us, because they stay calling us juicy. Okay, so I just don't understand, how can you do that to your kid? And it was just not only Black children, it was white children, it was other children at the daycare. I don't know. I just don't think it was appropriate. It's distasteful, it's a little disrespectful, and I just wouldn't do it. That's just something I wouldn't do. I would have respect for all nationalities. I had told you, my son is Mexican. When in Cinco de Mayo, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo, because I want to know my adopted son. I want him to know his heritage. My daughter, she had Mexican, had Black, and white. Okay, she all three. Okay, I want her to know all three of her heritages. Okay, and so I just think it's not appropriate to do that. I'm about to be as well. Farmer him with yes. I don't understand the behavior in these days. Time is crazy. Yes. Yes, I don't understand that. Me either. I mean, I think you can celebrate Black history with the kids. You can celebrate that. You can let them know about their own history, but you don't have to paint blackface on them. I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, who does this? Who does it to some little kids? No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, who does it to some little kids? That's just me. But um, I did want to talk about. I did look. I'm a foster parent, and I'm just going to tell you my opinion on this. I don't never talk about um um the beef sector stuff on my channel, but it's one part that I do want to talk about because I am a foster parent. Okay, and shout out to Sean Bradley because um, to take that mess that he took for that whole year, I feel bad for him. I feel sorry for him, and to take it like he did on the chin and kept it moving. I don't know if I could have done that. And I will say this: being black and being gay, and then put on and being put and say you done something to somebody's child, it's a devastating thing. And being a foster parent too, you want to clear your name. So if Sean wants to clear his name, he wants to know how this shit started. I say more power to him because that's his God given rights. And that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna stand on that because that's what I feel you should know. Because you don't understand, we are under the pressure of the of being a foster parent. We have to have everything be fingerprinted. Everything, anybody come to my house has to be fingerprinted, has to be have a background check, and you never want your name. You want your name. And when Martin Luther King say, judging by the character of me, your name, that's all you got. So if you want to prove your name and he wants to know how this origin started, that's his given right. And nobody should have him say he can't. Because we just only don't take care of our own kids. We take care of other people's kids too. And that is important that he wants to know how the origin started. So I say, big up to Sean. I'm sorry he went through this because that's some bullshit. And whoever started the situation was not fair to him, but because you don't like what he says. And everybody has the right to know, is somebody going to put something on them? They can sue them. And I think people need to be careful how you blame somebody and how you put something on somebody. You don't have a right to do that. They can sue you, okay, and can sue you. In California, we'll call Sioux City out here. We will sue you for defamation of the character. Okay, that shit ain't no joke. We will sue your ass. So don't ever play with somebody's name or their character or who they is. And not everybody is a fucking criminal. Okay, I'm just saying. We all take our jobs, our livelihood seriously. Every time I go, I got to get a fingerprint. When I go to my kids' school to go on a field trip, they want a background check. So background checks and fingerprints is always in my life. So we take our jobs, our livelihood seriously. And when it comes to our kids, we take that shit seriously. So that's all I'm gonna say about the B sector because I really don't want to talk about the B sector, but I got more to say about I didn't know that that Haley KC brother he had a stroke too, so they both had a stroke. That alcohol ain't no joke, and seeing them brothers who can sing so well suffer from alcohol and that addiction is really bad. And now JoJo had a stroke, and the vocal cords are not as good as they used to be because of the alcohol too. I pray for them brothers. I pray that they come back, because you know what? Sometimes you wonder what happened to them people that you used to listen to, the music that you listen to, and to find out that he had a stroke, to find out that it was the alcohol took him. And I hope he finds peace. I hope he gets well. I hope he come back on the stage and be better than ever. So shout out to JoJo Haley. Pray for that brother, because going through that alcoholism and the stroke is no joke. And I picked Kansas City Chief to win the Super Bowl. And your girl Andrea Lynch was right. I picked the Kansas City Chief, and I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. And like I said, like I told, shout out to TC, because she felt like that Philadelphia was gonna win, and they didn't, because I knew that Patrick Holmes was gonna come through, because when you're a winner and you are a Super Bowl champion, you know how to win when things get hard and things get tight. So shout out to Patrick Holmes for winning the Super Bowl, his second ring. Shout out to Andy Reid for winning his second ring. And your girl Andrea Lynch knows something about football. So I'm really happy that my picks came through. So I'm happy that my picks came through. I'm happy that that I'm back. I feel so like I had so much energy after I had that blood transfusion. I had so much energy. I didn't get to celebrate my birthday like I wanted to. I didn't get to celebrate my birthday like I wanted to, but you know what? I got no complaints in life. I'm 48. I got my daughter that's turned 25. I got a grandson who's 6 years old. In March, I got two kids. My son Quentin turns 24. And then, I got I got Olivia and Ezekiel, and then I got my two foster care kids, and they're doing wonderful. They're doing wonderful. They love our new place. And I ain't got no complaints. I I when I went to Met TC in North Carolina, I did some soul searching. I realized who was my friends and who's not my friend. I realized you can't take everybody with you. I realized that if you ain't supporting me and you ain't calling my phone to be an inspiration, I don't want to hear about the negatives. Okay, I'm at the point I will block motherfuckers now, and it ain't that big a deal if my phone don't damn ring, because I love Andrea Lynch, and I'm gonna live life to the fullest. I have always loved to travel. I still travel. Like I went home to North Carolina. I'm about to go to a new audition concert and see my friends. And so, hey, Hood Therapy, how you doing? I I got some more traveling to do. I got a bucket list. I'm 48 and I got a bucket list of things I want to do, and I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. Okay, I'm working my ass off, but Andrea gonna tell you this: every 4 months, I want to get out of town, do some shit, because I feel like if I work hard, I play hard. If I work hard, I play hard. So I'm working hard right now, and then come April, I'm gonna be out in the summer in the streets. Okay, I'm playing the streets. Okay, and so I'm gonna be out in the streets. I'm be out looking good. I'm get back in the gym. I'm gaining about 10 pounds back, about 10 pounds. But I'm get back on my weight loss journey, and I'm getting back in the gym, and I'm gonna be looking fine for the summer. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking fine. I'm gonna be looking fine for the summer. So I'm just getting back to myself, and them 5 words was no joke. Okay, yeah. I have never experienced that in my life, but I'm really tired of fibroids, and my doctor's gonna do something. But I suffer from. It'll be a year that I was in the hospital. Hey, Melissa Scott, how you doing? It'll be a year I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital last year in March. I had 2 blood clots in my leg and one in my lung, and then I had to get a blood transfusion too. And so, hey, chef, I had to get a blood transfusion too. So um and my fibroids were still with, they were well, I'm still living with my fibroids, but thank God I'm still here. I can't get the surgery like I need, because I do suffer from blood clots, and then I have potential of getting them again, so they have to do another procedure. But I am happy to be able to thank you so much. I am happy to be able to get back in the streets. I have a bucket list to meet some of my content creators that are friends of mine, and I already met my friend Shanita. I met her in Vegas, so I'm gonna get to see her in Orlando and see my friends, and plus, this girl. Okay, my parents was very religious, so they didn't allow me to go to concerts when I was younger. So this girl is going to the New Edition concert. So I'm excited to see my friend Shanita, and we going to the New Edition concert. You know, just doing some things that I know I love some New Edition. It's gonna be everybody there: Bobby Brown, Ralph Treasure, Johnny Gill, Ricky, Bobby. Oh, I can't wait to see everybody. I'm gonna be for the streets this summer. Sure is, and so I'm just happy. I'm just happy, but I do think that look, the daycare, I will pull my kids out of daycare. I'm just sorry. If you put my kids on black place, I'll pull my kids out of daycare. But I wonder, are we as black folks being too sensitive? Because we see that and maybe other races don't understand, are we being too sensitive when they show when they put our kids in blackface, or they do something like feed the kids watermelon and chicken for lunch, because they think that's what black people love, that's what black people want to do. Because I'm black and I don't really care for watermelon like that. I'm just saying, okay. And chicken like that anyway too. So I'm just asking some questions today, and I wonder this because the I was watching I was watching oh, my grandbaby is 6 months now. I was watching the impacted statements from the Buffalo trial when he got life in prison. But the question I was just asking when the lady made the impact statement, she said, us black folks want our kids to go to good schools too. And so as an African American mom, is I'm being too sensitive, is I'm thinking, is I'm being over dramatic, is I'm taking things too much, is I'm taking things too much when the daycare show the kids black faces and then send everybody Black History Month. Is I'm being too sensitive when the high school kids are eating watermelon and chicken for lunch. Is are we as black folks being too sensitive? Are we as black folks don't know how to forgive? Are we as black folks, if somebody say disparaging words about our name, put a disparaging a word on us, are we as black folks, can we forgive? But can we forgive and forget, or can we forgive and move on, or can we forgive and never talk about it? Hey, E Black, how you doing? Um, can we forgive? Because I will say this: I have three things that I live by. Three things. And if somebody crossed that line, I don't care if my mama, my sister, my family, my friend. It's three things I live by. Don't mess with my man, my children, and my money. Okay. And so if somebody does one of them things to me, I will never talk to you. Mess with my kids, mess with my money, and mess with my man. So I'm just asking this, them are Andrea Lynch's rules. Okay, that's my rules, not about everybody. That's not everybody's rules. But can I forgive somebody if they disparage in my name, try to scandalize my name? Um, see, I'm like Cardi B. It's B forever, forever. I can't. That's something I can't forgive. If you cause me pain and try to take my livelihood away from me and mine that I'm raising every day, and ain't no forgiveness. Now I know the Lord said forgive, and I know He said all the time forgive. But Andrea Lynch, that's the line. That's the line that I can never go back over. I'm just being honest. Just for that's for me. I mean, if you mess with my kids, my money, and my man, it ain't no going back for me. You're just iced out of my life. I don't care if that's my own mama, my brother. Then they share the same DNA to me. It's never no going back. So I'm just asking a question as us as black folks. It's Black History Month. Are we too hypersensitive? Or we can't forgive? We can't move past? We can't move on? because every time they show the blackface, every time they show the kid at the school eating chicken and watermelon, we get mad. We get mad. So I'm just asking some questions today. Are we too sensitive? Do that bother us? Or do it irritates us? Can we forgive people? Because to me, I'm being honest. If somebody hurt one of my loved ones, going to that, every time I watch an impacted statement going to the when they show the court and the people, them people will never ever have their loved one. Ain't amount of money, ain't amount of saying I'm sorry, ain't amount of the person getting life in prison ain't gonna help because you took my loved one. So how do that? I'm just saying, how do that? Can't bring them back. They can't give me no peace, and I don't understand where the justice at. So I'm just saying, sometimes folks should watch what they say about people. Folks should watch how they scandalize somebody's name. Folks should watch because in California, we are called out here, Sioux City. We will sue somebody. Okay. And you know, ever since we got Hollywood out here too, California is very protected when it comes to stalking and pornographic videos of people. We are very protected because you will go to jail. Okay, go to jail. Not no probation, jail. Putting people videos and of naked pictures of them. So the laws in California, they protect their own out here. They don't make them very tough out here. We don't play when it comes to stalking, harassment, and online. We don't play with that. And I'm glad every day. It might be high. Folks say the shit out here is high in California, but I love it being out here. Okay. I hate cold weather. So I love being on the West Coast. I love how I am protected with the system. I love it because I think some of these other laws need to be protected in the other states. You should not be able to harass people online and put out their nude pictures. Because you know Rob Kardashian, he was gonna go to jail too. But Black China, you know, Chris had to talk to Black China because she had a case against him for putting out her nude pictures. You will go to jail doing that kind of stuff. So I'm just asking some questions today. You know, I ain't been back here. I had my own opinion. I've been watching, but I had an own opinion. And you know, I from the old school. I'm from the old school. And don't get me wrong, I believe in two-parent home. I do. And I have a mother and a father who was married for 54 years and they raised 7 kids. But as I got older, as I got married, I had children and we broke up. Okay, we broke up. And now I am called the nuclear family. Okay. I am the nuclear family that a mother and a father don't live together, but we do raise our children together. Okay. And so I will say that Black women, Black men, as a nuclear family, learn how to get along with each other because it takes a mother and a father to raise well balanced children. Okay, well balanced children. Okay, and I'm not blaming the Black woman. I'm not blaming the Black man. But what I am saying is we need to come together and stop all this. You did this, we did this. Take accountability for your action. Take accountability for what you did. Okay, and learn. Look, Black people, we need some therapy. We need some therapy. We need some therapy. I'll tell you, Black people, we need some therapy. Okay, learn how to take accountability. And I wanted to say this about I wasn't lost about Terry Nicholson because I am sad that that brother lost his life. I am sad that that brother lost his life to 5 black police officers, men who look like him. And let me tell you something. I love my daughter. That's my ace boon coon. Okay, that's my right hand when I need it. She always right there for me. But my son is the next generation of lynches, and my son is the next generation of a black man that I raise. And let me tell you something. I've always been taught that the man is the head of the household. And where I come from, and where my daddy has raised this black woman right here, my son is the head of the household. And so I always been told that the man, not that women are not less, that the man come first. And I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to witness that. And I'm not ashamed to know that my son is going to be the head of the next generation for my family. And so my son is important. My daughter's important too, but my son. And see, when you ain't raised no son, you can't talk shit to me. When you ain't raised him to from a baby to 24 years old, when he ain't got a criminal record, when he ain't got no baby mama, and he's a motherfucking good son, you can't say nothing to me. See, my mama told me this when I was raising some kids. She said, "Don't say shit to me until you raise one, and then you could talk to me." See, when you ain't experienced at being a mom of a son, of a black son every day, see, you wasn't there when he started walking. You wasn't there when he was eating regular food. You wasn't there when he tore his ACL on that football field. You wasn't there when when he told me he had been pulled over 20 times by a police officer saying, maybe that's your car. See, I pray for him every day. I struggle with that every day. Okay. Hey, lipstick guy, how you doing? I struggle with that every day. So when these black women on this YouTube, let's be honest and say, I said it, I ain't calling your name, but I'm gonna say your black women over here on YouTube. When you say about a son, you don't know because you ain't raised one. And when you tell me that you're talking about a black son when you ain't got no kids, girl, somewhere sit down somewhere. Okay. Okay, because next month, mine about to be 24 years old, okay, doing good in life, ain't got a criminal record, no baby mama, and he loved black women. But I was always told he's the head of the household, the man, and then the woman. We see what y'all don't know is, and my mama, see, I didn't understand when she said that my daddy was her king, and now I understand why. Okay. And see, and I didn't understand how my mama was so connected with my brothers then, because sometimes I feel like my mama was always doing for my brothers. But I didn't realize something. I didn't realize something today. I didn't realize how she thought that my brothers were gonna be the next person how to protect, to provide for the family. See, my son told me the other day, my daughter, her daddy, they got the same daddy, but she a little special when it comes to her daddy. Boy, about 4 cars. My son said, my dad didn't do that because he told me one day I'm gonna have to provide for my family and be a man. Okay, so I ain't gonna get what my sister get, because a man is supposed to be out there protecting, providing, working, and and sometimes they tell the man to be quiet too, because they don't want to hear what he got to say. So I feel like when you ain't raised a son, when you ain't raised him up from a baby to 24 years old, when he tore his ACL on that football field, his daddy called me. I had to meet him at the hospital. When your son comes home and say, I've been pulled over by the police, I was like, did you do everything they asked you to? Because all I want to do is make it home. So when you ain't got a son, don't talk to me, because you don't understand what it is. Every day I pray for him. Every day I worry about him. Every day. Okay? I worry that, he gonna be right. So when you ain't got a son, don't say shit to me. Okay, and my other son, he like 9, he brown, okay, he Mexican. I worry about him too. But I'm teaching him he gonna be a man, because the man is the head of the household. I think the problem is y'all been single too long. You've been single mamas too long that you don't know what it is for a man to be a head of the household. And even though I'm the head of my household, don't ever think I don't know that the man is the head of the damn household. Okay? It's hard being a young black man. Quentin. Okay, Quentin. Okay, Quentin. But I'm just saying. Okay, I got questions today. See, y'all don't know what it is to raise a son. You pray for him. You want him to be good. When you had him, and you knew it was people that was killing our black sons. But I wanted my son to be somebody. I want him to go somewhere. I want him to do everything he wants to, everything he dreamed. I want him to be a good man. Okay? And yes, he's black and beautiful. But you don't know what it is when you ain't had one. So you can't tell me when you ain't had no kids, or you just a mother of a girl. I'm a mother of a girl, a son, a daughter, 2 daughters and 2 sons. Don't tell me that they all special to me. Don't tell me that you know what it is to raise a black son when you ain't got one. Don't tell me what it is when you go to bed worry at night. That's why I'm getting little bags under my eyes, because I worry. I worry. I have a grandson now too. I worry. Don't tell me that you understand. And you know what? I them tweets that Tyrese did. I live in California. I keep saying we a melting pot out here. See, we in California, we a little different out here. We could date anybody you want to. That's the God-given right. And if Tyrese had some tweets that he did at 16, I don't pay attention to shit my son did at 16. I wanted him to be a free to date whoever, whenever, and whenever. Let me tell you something. I'm still a mother of a black son. He knows who I am, and he know how I get down. He knows, okay? And being black, I love it. I wouldn't change who I am. But my son is the head of my household. Now, my daughter, she's special too, because that's my right hand. But my son is the next generation, okay, of men. And I need strong black men in my family. I don't need no weak ones, because my daddy didn't raise no weak ones. And and my ex-husband, we ain't raising no weak ones. We want strong black men who can handle the pressure, of providing, protecting, and taking care of the family. Do you know what it is for a man to go to work every day when he got a family to take care of? That's not lost on me. That's not lost on me. I know more about my father as a man and as a provider at 48 right now. I know more about my father than anything. I know about my father who's labored, who sometimes didn't have the money, but he told my mama it was going to be all right. I know sometimes my father didn't have enough money to do, but he told my mama, let me change my profession. I'm going to take care of her. And he took care of 7 kids and a wife. I learned more about my father if the strength that he has as a man to protect, provide, and do what he got to do for the family. And you know what? The one thing that he did every Sunday, we went to church together. That's the one time my father put on his Sunday best and he was at church. So don't tell me that you know what it is to raise a son Because when you do, baby, your life will change. Because that son is going to be the next generation. That son is going to be the next. When I'm no longer here, Quentin will provide for his sister and his brother and everybody else. I know that. So don't tell me that son is important. Y'all understand? Y'all understand that son is so important. Y'all need to get it together. Black men, black women, we need to get it together. We need to get some therapy. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about the trauma that can't keep us hindering. We need to talk about the trauma that we can't get it together. Communicate. And I will say this. It might not be a popular opinion for everybody, and it might not be for everybody. But I will tell you this. I will never regret sending my son to his father at 10 years old, because at the same time is that son need to know what it is to be raised by a man. And that man, and because he wasn't a good husband to me, he was always a damn good father. Okay? He was always. See, it's a difference. And I could compartmentalize. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I could compartmentalize. I could separate my ex-husband from the man that I needed for the man that he is. He always was a good father to his children. And sending my son to him at 10 years old and look at my son today, I would do it all over again. Because the one thing that I know, my son is not in anybody's prison. My son ain't a baby mama. He don't got no baby mama. And my son said this to me, that most of his friends had daddies in jail, killed, or wasn't around. His daddy was around. Hey, Myrtle, his daddy was around. His daddy was around to show him. His daddy was around to show him. So I will say every day, I thank the Lord that I made the choice to send my son to his father at 10 years old, because I'm not trying to have no black man in jail. I'm not trying to have no black man with a baby mama. My son must be 24 years old in 3 weeks on March 15th, my son gonna be 24 years old with no criminal record, no baby mama, and he ain't been in nobody's fucking prison. Shout out to Ryan Lynch, because that was my ultimate goal, for my son not to be. And I don't care what nobody say. I sacrificed, because that was my fucking baby. That was my baby, to send him to his father, because I wanted him to be somebody. Now, I'm not saying a woman can't raise a boy. Yes, she can. But you know what? I did know this. My father is still living today. He's 76 years old. And my mama, they was married for almost 50 some years. Okay. And so I seen a strong man in my household. And I wanted my son to know what it is to be raised by his father. We ain't arguing. It wasn't no fight. I did what I had to do to ensure. No, it ain't what I had to do. I was ensuring that his future was going to be bright. Because I think sometimes too many black women can't handle their kids, because that son will buck up to you. That son, yes, that my son only buck up with me one time. I got knocked him upside his head, okay? One time he buck up with me. But at that son, sometimes I feel like black women, when he get 15, now you ready to go send him to a daddy. But you should have sent him to his daddy when he was like 10 or 11. Because that daddy relationship and that son relationship is two different levels. It's levels to this. Okay, it's levels. My ex-husband said my son buck up to him. He was like, "What's up?" See, and it's a daddy and a son relationship. It's different. Now, me and my son are like two thick as thieves. We get along good. We understand each other. He understands me. But that daddy relationship and that son is two different. It's levels to this. And so I'm just saying, sometimes black women keeping the kids from the daddy. And I'm not justifying black women, black men. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, don't send your son to the daddy at 15 when you on lost control. Maybe I feel like women, we can nurture them to they 10. But when they get to them teenage years, they need that man. That man gonna say, "What's up?" See, now you ain't no baby you no more. You ain't that little boy. You a big old 6'3" something, 200 pounds. Oh, what's up? You need that man. Okay, you sometimes you need it, and I'm just saying, you know, it's a levels to this. You know, so my daddy don't play. My daddy's 76 years old. And let me tell y'all, look, Andrea Lynch, love blonde weaves. Okay, I love them, girl. I love to get a blonde weave. Look, I love some Mary J. Blige. Every time I go to my daddy house, first thing he say, "Why you got that blonde hair in your hair? That's a mess." And do you know it irritates me? But that's my daddy. He gonna say how he feel. He has a right. He made the choice to raise me. He made the choice to be a good father. And he, at the end of the day, this is how I told my daughter how my daddy can flex on me, because he's the father of me. And he gonna tell me how he feel, good, bad, or indifferent. And he don't care if I don't like it. Because if I'm coming to his house, he tell me he pay all the bills there. We need more women talking like this on YouTube instead of fussing and fighting. Yes, Kim Cowboy King. I'm just saying, a son needs his father. It really do. And I'm just saying, I don't regret sending my son to his father, because I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him in 15 days. On the 15th of March, he gonna be 24 years old, and he's beautiful, black, a kind spirit. Now, don't buck up on him. Don't try him. Now he got that. He will come out. He a good soul. All I'm saying is, don't buck to him, because he don't like anybody testing him. But he's a good man. He will take care of me when I was sick over them holidays, when I was in on the couch and couldn't get off. That my son came through and took my kids to school. My son came through and got me off that couch. In the day I had them blood clots in the hospital for 4 days, that 5th day I got out of the hospital, my son took me walking with him, because he knew I wanted to get back out there and get my exercise on. And so I'm just saying, when you ain't got a son, hold on a minute. Okay, now my grandson is up. But yes, when you don't have a son, you don't know what it is. And so you don't know what it is to see them graduate from school. You don't know what it is. Hey, William, how you doing? You don't know what it is. And I think sometimes we as black folks, we as black people have forgot that the black family, I'm not saying the black family it could be the nuclear family. But I respect my ex-husband as a man, as he triumphed through his business. I respect him for everything he has done. He's black excellent in our life. And he has a daughter and a son who is proud of him because he's black excellent. He when we wasn't together, when we was divorced, he still helped me out at times. So my son is a good man. Gonna be 24 on the 15th. I'm happy. I'm happy because the one thing I did know, even though me and my ex-husband was divorced, and honey, Andrea Lynch was cussing his ass out every time I get. But the one thing I knew when it came to us, our children was important to us. Our children and their future was important. So I'm saying, as Black women, Black men, take responsibility of what you've done in a relationship, get some counseling, get some help with communication with each other. Because at the end of the day, it's about the kids. Because I got a grandson right now. He's 6 months old now. And when I see my daughter and I see my grandson, I see my ex-husband and my grandson. And I just say it's about time that we put if you want to say put the kids first, put the kids first, and maybe get some counseling to help communicate with the mother of your children, or get some counseling to communicate with the father of your children. The kids are first. And yes, me and my ex-husband are not together, but I would, from a shadow of a doubt, he was a good father to his children. And if I pick the best father for my kids, I'm still winning every damn day. I'm still winning every day, because my father can never say that my ex-husband didn't pay his child support. My ex-husband didn't do everything he could for his kids. When I told my mother that, I'm winning every day. Can't nobody tell me I wasn't winning the game of life when I picked this man to have kids with. We didn't work out, but I damn sure pick a good one for my kids. So they're winning in life. And so I'm just saying is, we need to get it together as people, and we need to get it together and make sure the kids are our priority. We say all the time our kids are priority, but make sure that the kids are the priority. Because nobody can't tell me nothing about my son. I love my son. He is my pride and joy. But my daughter, then that's my right hand. So, nobody can't say nothing. But I just want to come in, tell everybody hello. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I'll be back. Andrea got things to say. I got things to say, people to talk to. And it was a promptu thing. But I'll be back soon. I will be back. And salute to your ex. Yes, my ex-husband was a good man to raise his kids. Yes. And I think sending my son to my ex-husband at 10 years old, I don't regret it. Do you know it was the hardest thing, sending my son to my ex-husband, because he was my baby. I mean, that's my baby. He was my baby. And I don't regret it, because seeing my son as the man he is today, he's gonna be 24 on the 15th. I would do it all over again with no hesitation. Oh, Vic, you didn't know I was live? I didn't know you was live. What's up? Yes. Hey, baby, nice. Yes. I think sometimes us Black women coddle our sons. Us Black women want to keep our sons under us. But I will tell you this: a Black man can teach my Black son. His father can teach him more things about being a man than I do. I'm a woman. Okay. And sometimes I'm going to give him woman advice. And sometimes you need a man to say, oh, hell no. We ain't putting up with that shit. So sometimes you need a man to give a man advice. Shout out to Chef and Vic, because sometimes I call them and I'm like, is that soft? I need man advice. And sometimes, my son needs advice from a man, because I'm gonna give a woman's perspective. I'm not a man, so I don't know. But a son, us Black women need not coddle our son. Us Black women needs to send that boy to that man. If he was a good man to lay down with and have a baby with, don't you think he'd be a good father? Or you're not giving him a chance to be a good father? See, I knew you didn't have to tell me. I knew that my ex-husband would be a wonderful father. I knew that. It was no a shout. It wasn't that. It wasn't no shout. It wasn't no shout. A shout in my mind that he would be a good father. I knew that. Now, be a good husband. That's two different. That's two separate things. But be a good father. You damn right. Salute to your ex-husband and everybody helping you. Yes. What William said, it's hard for the mother to sacrifice, but it's also hard for a father with a daughter to sacrifice. Yes, William, and don't get me wrong. Yes, you're right. You're right. But I'm just saying is I think sometimes when that man is a good father, and then you see a son at 15 years old. At 15, now you want him to be a father to a 15-year-old that he barely don't know, that he's bucking up to the mom. But now you want to see him too, but you don't have years of him being good. But you want to see him to the father to finish raising when you could have been sent that boy to that father. I'm just saying. Correctly, we nurture, but we've been confused about nurture and calling. Yes, BB nice. Yes. That son needs that father. That son needs that black man. That son I couldn't teach my son what it is to be pulled. My son been pulled over about 20 times. Now he could call his dad, and his dad would tell you he been pulled over more than 20 times. I don't have that experience, but his father do. I don't have the experience to be 6'2" and big and being black and people being scared of you. But his father do. I'm a woman. I don't have that experience. I don't have the experience of people being afraid of you. I don't have that experience of being black and a woman clutching her purse because he's a man. But his father do. So I can't teach my son that. I can't teach my son. Sometimes people gonna be afraid of you because you big and black. But his father do. So I'm just saying, I feel like women, when the son gets at least 10 or 11, it is time to send him to his father so he can be a good man. Because my thing is this: would you rather have him be with you and be in out of jail, baby mamas, no job, laying on your couch? Or would you rather send him to his father? He can learn job skills. He can learn how to conduct himself. He can learn that he don't need no kids. He can learn that it's hard out here. He can learn that he can be a good black man. I'm just asking some questions. Because let me tell you something. I had 2 kids by my ex-husband. I'll tell you this. My ex-husband don't got no more kids except the 2 he got with me. Because he did not believe in having kids with everybody named mama either. Hey, Denise, how you doing? So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I think a son should be raised by his father. I really do. If you think he's a good father, he should be raised by his father. Because I never had let me tell you something. My ex-husband always kept a job. My ex-husband always paid his child support. My ex-husband always did side jobs. My ex-husband always was a protector and a provider. My ex-husband, I didn't like some of his choices, but when it came to our children, I know he would do the right thing. So if I understand all that about him, why he can't be a good father to his children? Yes, from the sound of it, your guy was not together, but his father carried enough for him to still help. Yes, his father was a good father. It was Andrea Lynch acting a damn fool on him. Okay, William. Okay, it was just me. But I think as black women, when you have sons, don't send the son to his daddy at 15. Start sending the son to the daddy at 10. So let me tell you something. At 15, he bucking up to the mother now. He bucking up. He's smelling himself. That's what we say all the time. Hey, Rob, we say the son is smelling himself. So why send a son to the daddy at 15 when you know he was a good father when you had the kids with him? So I'm just saying, as the nuclear family, and the nuclear family, women, maybe you should learn how to send the son to the father at 10, at 11, not at 15. Because I would say this, and look, I deal with the foster care system, okay? I know about some of these badass children, okay? And so I'm saying I've seen a lot of sons, and this was I have watched videos of little boys saying at 10 years old, bucket up at the women, at the black women, like women that they don't even know. These are black women saying, where your mother at? But they don't never ask where the father at. Okay, they don't never ask what a father at. The women are, the little kids are bad, and women are saying, where the mama at? No, where the daddy at? Where's the daddy? Because that's the question I be asking them. Where's the daddy at? I hear too many women say, I don't need a man, but you are right. Your choice, your child do. We need to break up the home selfishness on purpose, then go to the man and the woman. I'm just saying I'm gonna give you a different result. Okay, this was all Andrea Lynch's choice. I didn't want him to be in nobody's prison, no baby mama. But the one thing I know about Ronnie Lynch, I was raised up with him. He was friends of my family since I was a baby. The one thing I knew, he was a good man, not a good husband. I could separate them. I could separate that. The husband and the father is two different things. Because it's two different it's levels to this. He might not love me no more because we're not in love no more. But the one thing he do love, he's a father. He will love his kids. And I'm just saying, it's time for us black women, because I'm just saying, let's be honest and tell the truth. It's time for us black women to send our sons to their fathers and let their father handle them. Because I told my son this, I will not go back and forth with you. When you go to your daddy's house, you will not come back to my house and you will be a grown man. I said, look at this situation like you in college. Now, my son, I see my son every other weekend, and I was always at his football games. Okay. But I'm saying this, it takes a black man to raise a black man, because the daddy know what it is to be a black man. See, I don't know what it is when my son is a black man and he's 6'2", and a woman is grabbing her purse. See, I can't tell him that story because I don't know it, because I'm a woman. Now, his daddy have been stopped a couple times. His daddy has been pulled over by the police. I don't know none of that. I'm not a man. I'm a woman. So my experience to my son is woman things, but he needs to experience man things. Don't send him to his daddy at 15 when he's out of control, and now you feel like you can't control him. Send him at an early age. That will help you. And I'm gonna tell you this, I don't regret it one bit. My son is a good boy, and he's the next generation of the line of the Lynch's family. He's 24 next. He's 24 on the 15th of March. I had him doing March Madness, and I'm proud of him every day. To be black, beautiful, and a good son. Man, my daddy raised 4 sons. I got 2, And I'm so proud of them. They're all doing well. And so I say this to women, man, we got to learn how to communicate. We got to learn how to say sacrifice. I sacrifice sometimes meaning you gonna sacrifice to in the end result I'm gonna have the best results. And the sacrifice that I did, letting my baby go live with his daddy at 10 years old, I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice to get a better result. Sometimes you gotta let go and let God take over. And sometimes I knew, I mean, it was days I cried. I cried for a whole week when he left me. But I knew that was gonna help him be a better man. So I say us black women, let's get it together. We don't always have to act like that we are bosses. We are bosses already. But let me tell you something. My mom always knew she run the house. She run the house. She didn't have to flex on my dad. She already knew she run the house. So I see my parents' marriage different than what I did. I in the eyes of a little girl, I thought my dad was a little controlling. But as a grown woman at 48 years old, he wasn't controlling. He was just trying to make sure that his family was well taken care of. He didn't want nobody to have no kids early. He didn't want nobody to be in no prison. And so he wasn't controlling. And matter of fact, my daddy was afraid because he didn't have no daddy. What up, Chef?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Hmm.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
Shit.
good.
We about to have to test you for some performance enhancing drugs or something. Cause you cooking, yo. You cooking. I had told you send me the link earlier. And
Yes.
then at one point I was like, nah, let me just fall back and let you cook. And you dropping a lot of science.
No,
You
I
know,
I mean, this is the thing. If you have sons, and okay, you lose one son to the street. Did I got more than one son. If I lose one, I'm trying to make sure the other one don't be losing. So I just feel like don't send your son to his father at 15 when he's out of control. Send him when he's 10 or 11 when the daddy can handle him, the daddy can show him the ropes, the daddy can show him what it is to be a black man. I will never take this away from Ronnie Lynch. Ronnie Lynch was a good black man. He just won one from me, and I found that out, and that's okay. But he was always a damn good father. I will never take that from him. So sending my son to his father at 10 years old, I have no regrets because my son about to be 24 on the 15th of March, baby. That's a good man right there. And I didn't understand when my mother said my daddy was her king. I didn't get that. It got on my nerves, tell you the truth. I looked at that marriage through a little girl's eyes. But now as a 40-year-old, a 48-year-old woman, I look at their marriage through a grown person eyes now. And I thought my dad was a little controlling, too damn controlling. But I understand this in therapy. My dad didn't have a role model either. So how was he supposed to know? He was just trying to save us from the streets, trying to save us from the prison, trying to save us from being out of having kids out of wedlock. I can't be mad at him.
ooh. Yeah, so like I said,
Hmm.
I personally don't
Hmm.
have anything to really contribute to the conversation except a little bravo
Hmm.
and allowing you to have this let's call it a catharsis or a purge of thought where you're releasing those feelings that you have. And
Hmm.
one thing about you, people may be like, "Oh, she gets emotional." It's okay.
Hmm.
It's okay. Sometimes they tell you a person that's drunk. They say in vino veritas, which means in wine there is truth.
Hmm.
And what it is because the alcohol tends to lower people's personal inhibitions, right?
Hmm.
But you do that shit when you're sober, family. Right? So the thing is, the thing is, it becomes jarring to some, but
Mm-hmm.
then what happens is your honesty in terms of the conversation and your feeling at that moment is respected.
Mm-hmm.
So for you,
Mm-hmm.
some would be like, damn, she red pill raging right now, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
But quite honestly, because you're a sister that is able to recognize things that took place in your previous relationship, and on multiple occasions, including today, you've taken personal accountability for what you feel you had done to, you know, say, cause the demise of your relationship with Ron, right? What it does is it speaks a lot because there's a lot of folks out there that are not willing to admit, not just sisters, the brothers as well, that are not able to admit the actual parts they played that fell into the demise of the relationship. But what
Yes.
makes it more special is you can recognize, even though you and this brother are not together, you recognize the importance that he brings to the table. And
Yes.
I think that's what's the most critical.
Yeah, yeah, I believe. The funny thing about it is, I did when I had a son, I did look up statistics. I did look up if a son's raised by his father, 10 out of 20, he's gonna be different. And so I'm just saying is, as we as women, and we love our sons, don't get me wrong, and I believe sometimes we coddle our sons, but as the relationship that my mother had with my brothers, I didn't understand. I felt she did a lot for my brothers, but what I didn't understand is that was going to be the next generation of men raising kids of their own, and my mom wanted to make sure that they was going to be okay. She's not around, and my brothers and my two brothers who's married and got kids, they are excellent fathers, excellent husbands. Okay, and that's because of my father and my mother. It takes both of us to raise a child. But sometimes when you want to call the nuclear family, the father needs to raise that son, because that son is going to buck up to the mother. That Quentin had buck up to me, and he only done it one time. But when he buck up to his father, it's a different level. It's a different level of bucking up. And I'm just saying is, if we can say saving our son and keep him out of prison, jail, baby mama, you need to send that son to that father. I don't know what it is to be black and driving black as a man. My ex-husband do. I don't know what it is for me to I'm a woman and I'm clutching my purse. My ex-husband do. I don't know what it is when a black man want to test my ex-husband. My ex-husband do, because a man's gonna do that to each other. I don't know none of that. I can't teach my son that. I can't. I'm gonna give him a feminine. I'm gonna give him a feminine answer. I'm gonna give him a feminine way of looking at it. I need him to have a man's way. A man is a lion, a tiger. He's void. And sometimes I don't think women understand that. And sometimes I didn't get it from I didn't understand that my daddy sometimes bore in the house. I didn't get that. I didn't understand that, but I understand that now. And so I'm just saying, I just think women women needs to raise, I heard about that lady in Chicago who she had 4 or 5 sons and lost them to the streets. Okay, it only take one time for me to learn a lesson, one time. But she had a couple sons lose them to the streets. And I said this, if that was me,
Yeah,
I
it was like four of them. It was
yes,
literally like four
she lost,
sons.
she lost 4 sons to the streets. Now, me, Andrea Lynch, on you ain't got to show me one time. I will take my sons and move to Arizona. Okay, I will take my sons and move somewhere out there. I will take my sons to save them. And so,
Andrea will move her ass to Sweden.
thank you. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like Quentin. Like, I love Veronica, but I understand Quentin is my next. Is gonna be He's the next generation of men, and I want him to be a strong black man, loving, good, kind. But he's gonna roar. He's gonna be a man, and he don't. And he always tell me all the time, "Mama, I'm grown." He let me know that real quick, and that's okay. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. But when you have a son and you raise him, and to see him play football, soccer, to see him tore his ACL, it's a different level. It's levels to this. And I think black women and black men, we all need some counseling to communicate better. And if we're going to communicate better, let's be for the kids. It ain't about us no more. Because I can say this: if anything ever happened to me, I know Ronnie Lynch got Veronica and Quentin. I know they're gonna miss me, but they got their dad here, and they are gonna be all right. I have no shout of a doubt. Leaving this
Shadow,
home.
Shadow. Listen, y'all. Just want to give y'all just the little translation key. You know, my homegirl. She speaks from the heart and she speaks from emotion. So she's gonna be using some slang and colloquialism the wrong way, but it's okay because with the amount of power she says it, you know what the hell she means. The
Yeah,
shadow of a doubt.
a shadow of doubt. Yeah, so
You keep it going though. You got it.
yeah, I just think nobody's having the real conversation. We're arguing with each other, we're blaming each other, but nobody's having the real conversation of the nuclear family. If we're a nuclear family now, and the man and the woman are not together, learn how to communicate. Learn how that the kids might benefit. The son might benefit with him living with his father. And even though my son lived with his stepmother and he didn't really care for her, he still respected her. I told him, do what she say. You're living under her roof. And even though I didn't like her, I told my kids to do what she said, because that's your father's new wife. And so I'm just saying is, sometimes we let our emotions and be mad with the father for his new girlfriend, new wife, whatever. Take the emotions out. Just say, this is the best for my son. And I'm not saying I was always perfect, and I damn sure, and I'm saying I was always right. But I would tell you this: yeah, I did cuss my ex-husband out, and it was times I couldn't stand his new wife. But the thing is, I never told my son to disrespect her. I always respected her, and I will love you, and I'll call me later. I would tell my son that. And so I'm just saying, as women, if we want the betterment for our children, sacrifice for them to be better people. And if you're gonna have a baby by it, if you're gonna have a baby by him, you're gonna let her have a baby by him. Obviously, he's good enough to be a father. He's good enough to be a father present in his children's life. The conversation is good, especially our arguing and tearing each other down. Yes, William. I just thought we need this conversation, because I feel like nobody was having the conversation. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody was saying, if we're gonna be the nuclear family, when are we gonna okay. When are we gonna talk about it? Talk about the real thing. Let's talk about the nuclear family. Let's how to raise these kids together. Let's how to show that it's better for us. It will be better off for everybody. If we want the black family to be right, let's okay, baby. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Chef talk, chef.
Yeah. So Andre is cooking today, and I'm glad my long-winded ass is able to just shut up and enjoy the vibes. I'll say this: she doesn't study the pills: blue, green, gray, pink, yellow, red. That's not how she moves. Andrea moves based on how she feels and what she thinks. And so, what's very interesting is, in terms of some of the feelings that she espouses or that she's sharing with us, There's some folks that would disagree. So for the record, while watching this particular stream and thinking about some of the already recorded content that we have, I think Andrea just gave me an epiphany, and she inspired another stream. Normally, we have these things that we do, whereas Chef introduces Andrea to a different person. One of the people that we did was introduce her to Kevin Samuels and allow her to see the Average at Best video, as well as, a few of his more recent videos, to determine how she felt about Kevin herself. Because prior to that, she hadn't seen his stuff. Check my page out. It's a good one. Andrea meets Kevin Samuels. We also had one where Andrea met Candace Owens. And what was really interesting is, in terms of Kevin and in terms of Candace, she did share a commonality. So there was going to be a third person, which was going to be Jordan Peterson. But I have a clip that I had done before, and I think we're going to have Andrea versus Just Pearly Things, just to see how she aligns with some of the information Pearl is talking about. And the beauty of it is the fact that she has no prior knowledge of this person. So stay tuned. You're probably going to see a thumbnail within the next hour or so. So, yeah. Sometimes we come up with some ideas for shows on the fly. But I want you guys to understand that when we do it, we're not just trying to put anything out. So stay tuned. Keep your eyes open. She's going to share it. I'm going to share it. Vic's going to share it on our community walls. And once it's out there, if you have community walls, please share it as well. All right.
I wanted to say this because people think I don't mess with dusty niggas. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't. And so the men that I have in my life, in my circle, in my family, they are good Black men. Okay. And I have a strong father. He didn't play none of that. So the men that I pick to choose to have kids with, the men that I pick, they are all upstanding, God-fearing, no criminal record men. Okay, so I don't deal with dusty niggas who don't take care of their kids or who don't value Black women. The men that I
Stop
deal
talking about that. Stop talking about E-Black like that. That's for them tomatoes, sucker.
I deal with men who are God-fearing, taking care of their kids, love their kids, and are in their kids' life. So when people say I don't know about the men, because the minute I see a dusty man, and the first thing I ask him, do he take care of his kids? And if he say I got a situation, that he can never talk to me. Because that situation means you ain't taking care of your kids, and I could be wrong, but I don't want to know about that. Okay, so the men that I deal with are God-fearing men that are in their kids' life, pay child support, the nuclear family. Okay, men are good Black men, and if you choose to deal with dusty men, that's on you, baby, not me. I don't know what them kind of men is. I know good Black men, hard-working Black men that's good, family, structure. It ain't about that bullshit. It ain't about arguing on YouTube. I don't know what my phone is. Oh, sorry. My daughter was calling my phone. I'll find it in a minute. But yes. She's still calling him. Okay. Yeah. So I don't deal with men like that. I just don't deal with people like that. And I'm just saying I don't. And so I'm just saying I don't deal with men like that. So I don't know them kind of men. I don't talk to them kind of men, and I don't deal with them kind of men. And so I'm just saying when people say I don't know, I don't deal with them kind of men, and I don't know. I'm sorry, that's my daughter calling. Sorry, Black. But I'm just saying is when people accuse me of saying no, I know a good man because I have a foundation of a good black man. I have a foundation. I have a father who is still on this earth living. And to this day, he is still working. So I don't know dusty black men. I don't know black men who ain't taking care of their kids. They're not in my circle of friends and my circle of life. Because if you don't take care of your responsibility, and your responsibility is a child that birthed in this world that you got, and you don't take care of it, you can't know Andrea Lynch. Period. So when people say that, I don't like that because I'm telling you, as the woman I am today, I don't deal with men like that. Taking care of your kids is a responsibility, and that's a priority. And so if a man that I'm with, if I'm gonna be his wife, be his girlfriend, if you ain't taking care of your kids, you can't holler at me. See, it's standards, it's levels to this. I don't choose a dusty man. Okay? I'm a little bougie. Anybody should know that about me. You gotta be doing something for yourself. Okay? Look, I got an ex-husband, and he was doing something with himself when I met him, working, taking care of himself. Okay? No, I look at the quality of the person you are. And money don't make you, but money sure do make you look like you doing something with yourself, working every day, taking care of your family every day. That's attractive to me. Okay. Okay. But yes, okay, I can't wait to have this show. But I just wanted to say a few things about raising children, about taking care of kids, and about being a good black man. Because I'm not red pill, I'm not blue pill, I'm just Andrea Lynch, and I know I come from a good black man. Okay, so I come from a good black man, and I'm a good black woman, and so and I would say dusty every day. Okay, I don't know, no, I don't, no. But I'm just saying is I wanted people to know because me and my ex-husband are not together. We ain't together, but he still was a good father. See, I didn't. I chose to pick a good father for my children, and that was the most important thing for me as a woman, because I didn't want to pick anybody to have random kids with and have baby daddies. I didn't pick that for myself because my father was like, you when you get married, you have children. And my ex-husband to this day, I don't have no more children. He don't have no more children. I have adopted children. He don't have no more children because he learned one baby mama, one ex-wife was good enough to have some kids. I don't want to do this again. This was a lot. Okay. So he learned his lesson about having children with multiple women because he said it was too much. And so I don't understand that either, but okay. But I'm just saying, no, I'm not red pill, black. I just know the man come first. Okay, it ain't nothing wrong with that. My mama always said my daddy was the king of the house. I didn't understand that until I was a grown woman. I didn't understand that she felt like she ran the house, but I didn't understand. I was looking through their marriage through kid eyes instead of adult eyes, and now I looked at marriage through adult eyes, and how my dad sacrificed, how my mother sacrificed for the family. So I'm not red pill, blue pill. I'm just Andrea Lynch. Have my own opinion. That's it. Well, I gotta go because my grandson is really over here acting, and my daughter is calling. Well, I love everybody. I appreciate everybody coming on. Chef, we're gonna have to do another show. Okay, I guess we got a show.
Hold on one second. Hold on one
Okay.
second. Boo, Veronica. Boo, Veronica. She cooking and you stopping her cooking. Boo, Veronica. Yay, Quentin. Thank you for making your mama feel proud to have a son. Boo, Veronica, for taking her away from us while she in her feelings and cooking.
Yeah,
All right.
I just had something. I haven't been on because I'm suffering from fibroids and stuff, and I didn't have the energy, but I'm back now, and I feel like I got an energy, and I have something to say. I got something to
No,
say.
stop telling these people. Stop telling these people about your freaking fibroids, man. We trying to do we trying to do the future, you know what I mean? Shoot your shot with Andrea show. You don't want to tell them about coochie problems, sis. Come on, man. Keep it. They're telling. Man, I'm trying to. I mean, you know what I mean? Listen, yo, me and Vic and Ronnie gonna walk your ass down the aisle, yo.
Oh,
Come
Lord.
on. All right. My bad, y'all. This is the way we talk.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll see you later, Chef. I'll talk to you later. Bye, you guys. Thank you everybody for coming in. I appreciate everybody sharing, subscribing. I'm at 800, so I'm trying to get my 1,000. I appreciate everybody. Go check out my uploads I put on and just pray for JoJo Haley. We love Casey and JoJo, and hopefully that brother be back on the stage soon. So I
Peace,
will
love, and light, y'all.
Okay. Bye, you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye, Chef. Bye, you guys.